There was a little boy who used to steal some of his father's papers, and he would go out into the woods and draw everything that he saw, from flowers to rivers to the mountains. He even went out and drew when it was raining and snowing. He had no teachers to teach him how to draw, and there were no paintings for him to look at. Over the years, he started to observe his drawings and noticed that some of the flowers changed. Some of the stuff grew and transformed. He thought that something forced this transformation. This little boy was Leonardo da Vinci. In his book, Mastery, Robert Greene says that this transformation can be inside every one of us, and it's called mastery. It's not something we're born with like talent. Instead, it is something that we can create like skill. You see, we all seek to get rich quick, but the best profit is mastery. He basically says that mastery is when it becomes second nature, when it becomes part of your nervous system. At the top of Maslow's hierarchy of needs is actualization. And when I was in psychology, I didn't really understand this. But now I realize that it means that we have to find our purpose. And to achieve mastery, you have to find your purpose. With your purpose, you can achieve mastery very quickly. Robert Greene says that it takes 20,000 hours to achieve mastery. And mastery is perfect clarity in any field that you work in. It's when intuition becomes better than logic. Well, in the short term anyways. It's like when a firefighter is in a burning house and he knows that something is wrong, so he gets out. And a couple seconds later, the floor collapses. This is because he's been a firefighter for 20 years and he knew that there was something different. He couldn't tell you what, but he knew that something was different through his intuition. Robert says that the best step to become a master is to find a mentor when you are young. You have to learn through putting in hours and hours of work, of being around them. You can learn what they will teach you in hours instead of teaching yourself in days. You see, everyone makes mistakes, but there is no rule that these mistakes have to be yours. The purpose of an apprenticeship is not money, a job title, or to impress your master. In fact, the purpose of an apprenticeship is to transform your mind, to make that transformation that Leonardo da Vinci saw in flowers. You need to focus on learning, on making yourself better, and making your mind stronger. If you can find the best mentor in the world at something that you seek to become a master of, it would totally be worth it to work for him for free, to learn the trade secrets. Robert Greene also says that some people develop learning disabilities at a young age. He says that you should always stay inferior and humble. Know that there will always be something more to learn. There's a psychological effect called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which is when an unskilled person suffers illusory superiority, when they assess their own abilities much higher than what they actually can do. It's like the learning curve. When you get a little bit into the learning curve, you automatically think you know everything about a skill. Don't fall victim to this bias. Eventually, after you have tons of practice and thousands of hours at your hand, you can start experimenting. You can begin mixing skills. Robert Greene says that the future belongs to those who can learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. Like I am becoming a master at recording my voice, animating, and creating awesome thumbnails for these videos. They're all skills, but I'm combining them in a creative way. Robert Greene also says that eventually you will hit a cycle of accelerated returns, and this is when the practice becomes easier and more interesting. If you're lucky, you'll even enter a flow state, which is a book that I'll cover in a little bit. I am lucky enough to say that I enter a flow state when I make these videos. How do you think I put out so many videos so quickly? I absolutely love it, and I am so passionate about this channel. Another thing I want to talk about is that everyone becomes a master. No matter what you do for the next 5 or 10 years, you're going to be a master at it. Are you going to be a master at partying and being able to tolerate more alcohol? Or are you going to be a master at riding unicycles? Are you going to be a master at catching up with gossip and reading body language? Or are you going to be a master of developing networking opportunities? Leave a comment below of what you want to master in the next 10 years. Also, check out my videos on the happiness advantage and the 5 love languages. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something. Thanks for watching.